Hello everyone, it's TIJ and welcome back to episode 11 of the FM18 beta save Liverpool in the 2018-19 season. You join me today for the Merseyside Derby, the away meeting against Everton at, not at Merseyside Park, I don't know why I said that, Goodison Park. And then we play away against Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League. A few things to tell you though, since I was last with you, apart from the fact that my webcam keeps moving. I've spent 10 minutes fiddling with my webcam. Well, fiddling is probably not the right word, but fighting with it. There we go, fighting with my webcam to get it in a place it just won't move and rotate through the video. It's really annoying. But a few things to tell you since we've last met. Lazar Markovic is going to go to, is it Valencia? Yes, he's joining Valencia on the 4th of January 2019 for a price of 12.25 million. He just wasn't playing, and I thought, why not? Something else that's happened, which is really good. Felipe Coutinho has agreed, here we go, where is he? To sign a new contract. So he's contracted now until the end of 2023 season. That's awesome, and his asking price is now increased to 53 million. So if we look at what's happened since you were last with me, obviously last with me in the Cardiff and Villarreal games. Since then, we've only lost one game. We've won all the other four. We beat Hull 3-1 and West Ham 1-0. Salah and Mane getting the 4 goals between them in those games. Then we lost to Zenit. It was a disaster. We were 1-0 up at half-time. And then the defence just completely went. And considering they had 10 men, it was 3-1. So if we look at the Champions League group, Zenit are actually top of that group now with 3 games played. Obviously, we've lost one. Zenit haven't lost one yet, but hopefully at the end of the episode, they will have lost one. And then we beat Chelsea. Brilliant game, 2-0 in the Premier League. Coutinho scored 2, which made him open up contract talks with him. And then Danny Ings got a goal against his former club, Bournemouth, in the Carabao Cup 4th round to make it to the quarter-final. The quarter-finals against Chelsea, really tough one. But if you look at the previous round, Blackburn actually knocked out Manchester City, Chelsea knocked out Tottenham, and Stoke knocked out Everton. So quite big teams going out. And for the semi and the quarterfinals, you just got Newcastle, Leicester, Liverpool, and Blackburn, who knocked out Man City, and then Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, and Stoke. So 7 Premier League clubs and just the 1 Championship club in there. So we're playing today against Everton, of course, away. Daniel Sturridge was injured in the game against Chelsea and isn't back to full fitness yet. So we go with this squad. We go with Karius in goal, Klein, Vermaelen, Orban and Lukaku. I'm playing Vermaelen because De Vrij got high injury risk. Same for Lukaku over Moreno. They were playing Henderson, Goretzka, Keita, Salah, Coutinho and Ings. I appreciate that all these players have got high injury risks. But if you look around the squad, the only other players with low injury risk is Oxlade-Chamberlain, who is just not playing, and we're trying to offload him. He's just not been good enough, really, when he's been given the chance. And even though I'd like to have used him more because he's an English player, it just hasn't worked out. And Salah, Coutinho and Mane have just been too good for him. I don't know if you haven't noticed, and, well, if you have, well done, that I've installed not just logo packs, but actually a logo pack worldwide, as well as kit packs. I haven't done a face pack just yet, but everything else is on the game, sorted and personalised. Now, here we go then. We're playing in 2D today, because I think it actually doesn't look too bad. I'm playing on the new update, which is 18.0.3, I believe. And there's been a few additions. Nothing too special. The bar at the top's a little bit different in terms of the timers given a little bit more space. But nothing too drastic. Nothing that'll affect things too much. Now, in the earlier games today, oh, this will be a highlight. Lingard on the edge of the box. Sandro, and it's 1-0 already to Everton. Oh, dear. Because we won both Merseyside derbies against Everton last year, and that was not good. But what I was going to say is, Man City lost early in the day. They hadn't lost until they lost to, I want to say, yeah, they lost against United, that's right, on Friday night. And Tottenham also lost to Chelsea. Of course, we beat Chelsea. So if we win today, which it doesn't look like we're going to do, we go a point, because that's not updated. There we go, it's updated now. If we win today, we go even a point of Manchester City at the top of the table, which is a really cool prospect. But anyway, we've got a highlight now. Naby Keita. Oh, that's shambolic passing, but we do recover it. Goretzka. Pass it to Salah. Salah on the edge of the box. Puts it in for Danny Ings, but Coutinho's got it. Oh, how did he miss from there? Practically 3 or 4 yards out, and Coutinho's missed that. And even though he's looking motivated, that wasn't a very motivated shot whatsoever. Quite a peculiar start to the game. Everton seem to be on top, so I'm going to go, well, I'm going to stick to my guns. I don't like to change tactic quite so early. Makes the players a little bit nervous and they start playing a bit confusingly. If it is 2-0 now, oh, it's going to be a complete repeat. Lingard, Sandro, and it was very nearly a repeat of that earlier goal. We're going to go counter-attacking because we're away from home, and we're going to, hit balls into the box as well as not necessarily pump balls into the box yet, but we're just going to change the overlap instruction to hit early crosses and get them on the break, hopefully. Mason Holgate's got a slight injury, and Dally Blind, oh no. Speaking of injuries, Goretzka is going to be our first injury of the season. Don't know what he's got, but Wijnaldum will replace him, and he can play as, actually, he can play as a deep line playmaker on defend, and we'll actually, you know what, we'll bring Henderson into that, making it a 4-3-2-1. Actually, just to make things a little bit more appealing on the eye, we'll put Henderson there just so it's a bit of a nice curved shape in the middle. So we're going to a 4-3-2-1. Wijnaldum's not quite suited to that defensive midfield spot, but playing exactly the same role that he would be in that defensive midfield spot. So it doesn't really matter too much. But we're edging to half-time. We're losing 1-0 against Everton. This is quite a worry, of course. A lot of the teams that are up there have lost today. So we don't really want to add to that. We're going to, you know, have an angry... We're going to give him a good rollicking at half-time. The majority of players acted positively to that. Any players we want to bring off? Of course, obviously, Goretzka's already come off, so actually, probably not. We're going to go attacking, though, going into that second half, and try and hopefully get an early goal, and maybe get 1 or 2 to impact Everton. It's quite interesting that they've signed both Dally Blind and Jesse Lingard from Manchester United. Anyone else that I don't recognise? Is that Craig Dawson? Seems to be a name that I recognise from somewhere. But all the other players, it looks like the original players from Everton, apart from Matt Ritchie, who's on the bench. And my ears started to feel a bit funny, actually. That's a bit odd. But I don't think you really care about that. All you want is a bit of Football Manager action. Right. So, Salah is playing better than Coutinho. Ings is just not playing very well at all. So, I'll bring Dembele on for Ings. See what he can do as an advanced forward. And we'll put Coutinho on attack as well. We really need a goal. I'll take a draw today against Everton away from home. Really, we came for the win, but if we get a draw's a draw at the end of the day, and we haven't been playing very well at all so far. And obviously, it's going to be a real crushing loss, the Merseyside Derby, to any football fan. It doesn't need explaining, I guess, that the crushingness of the Merseyside Derby. It's not necessarily a vicious derby, an angry derby, or anything like that. What was that? Pass from Salah, certainly unorthodox, to say the least. Oh my God. Who was that number 13? Who is it? It's going to be 2-0 here. No. Orban, what was that? Orban did not get that, and that was abysmal. Well, a bad play there, and just for that, he's coming off, is Mohamed Salah. We'll put Coutinho on the... doesn't really fit there, does he? We'll Coutinho on the right, sorry, the left, and then try... How's Woodburn fit into that? No, I suppose he plays as a winger on the right, he's alright, yeah. We'll bring Woodburn on for Salah. Hopefully we can get something out of this game. If it's a loss, that's really disappointing. Mason Holgate's injured. Now, oh my God, it's been about 3 minutes and Ben Woodburn's already been took off, injured. That's not great, is it? Can Coutinho play in the middle as a... Yeah, play him as advanced playmaker. And we just won't play it. We'll play quite a narrow play, exploit the middle, pump it into the box, more direct passing, look for the overlap, and run up to the defence. And, yeah, fairly narrow. There we go. Confirm changes, and then hopefully, well, we've got 10 men now, so it's not necessarily a given. But if we go back and control, and we consider we've had more possession today, it would be nice to get a goal. Can we make it 1-1? I don't think we can, you know. It's going to be our first loss for a while, this is. And especially against Everton, that's quite a crushing blow. We're going to have to go on overload, risk everything. I don't even care if we concede a second now. It's not great, that isn't, if we lose this game 1-0. Because we don't go in good stead for that Champions League game. But it looks like it's going to end like that. So that means we're on 21 points after 10 games. Much better than we were last year, granted. But a little bit disappointed to end that winning streak in the Premier League. Of course, the last time we lost was against Middlesbrough. So, 2 of the wins at least, 2 of the losses, sorry, this year, could have been winnable. But Everton, obviously just the best team on the day. And we did not take our chances. Particularly the Coutinho one. I think that lost us the game at the end of the day. The one who's about 3 yards out and put it anywhere but the net was going to be hard. And it was easy to... Well, that's the saying I was looking for. It was easier to miss. No, oh my God. Yes, that's the one. It looked... No. It looked harder to miss. No? Something like that. Very disappointed with that, though. You probably can't see it in my talking. I'm very happy, as always. But... that is not a great start to the episode. So, Arsenal can actually go top. That's an interesting one. Arsenal can go top. Man United have had a really bad start, only 14 points after 10 games. They've got Swansea tomorrow, so you think that they'd go top. Man United only 14 points out of 10 games. The new manager, Pep Guardiola, he's really been found out in the Premier League, blimey. Goretzka's out for 4 weeks, that's not brilliant, and Woodburn is out for 4 weeks as well. The same injury, 2 groin strains, and the wonder kid and the world-class midfielder are going to miss out. That's unfortunate, but that has been about 10 minutes. But yeah, here we go then. Let's go to Russia. Let's fly over to Russia. And let's have a bit of a party. Hopefully, well, I don't know why it'd be a party. If we win about 5-0, it'll be a party. But I'd like to just win first. Here we are then, we made a few changes before the Zenit game. Karius is still in the team with Klein, Vermaelen and De Vrij. Orban played awfully in the last game, as well as Lukaku, so Moreno replaces him. We've got Henderson, obviously Wijnaldum replacing the injured Goretzka, and Keita, then Mane replacing Salah after quite a poor game. Continuing on the other wing, Mane's also signed a new contract with the club, which is really good. A new long-term contract up until 2023, so they'll both be playing £245,000 and £250,000 a week respectively. That's a lot of money. And Daniel Sturridge is our main striker today, coming back after a small niggle. Now, obviously, the table I showed you at the start of the episode for the Champions League, Zenit are 3 points ahead of us, so really we need to win today. Apparently, Zenit have got no players. That's always good. I think it's because the text in Zenit will be in the same colour as the squares, if that makes sense. So it's going to be completely transparent. If you think about it. Apparently, it's not the best weather for football today. That's quite interesting. But here we go. It's kick-off. We're going to put the league table up in the corner. There we go. If Zenit win today, and obviously, if Zenit win today, obviously we'll lose. Then they, I think, do qualify for the round of 32, or the round of 16 even. But peculiarly, that's quite a weird one. The other two clubs, Villarreal and Plazen, are not playing today. That's quite a bizarre one. I haven't seen that before. It's usual that the groups play at the same time. So that's quite an interesting one. But probably the best result for us would probably be a Plazen win, because we played Plazen next. And really, we need to beat Zenit and then be on equal points to ensure that we have a best chance of finishing first in the group. It's a group that we should really be finished first in. But we're not getting much possession, so we might have to go to attacking. But can we utilise our possession? Here's Coutinho. Use the ball to Yupasov. Pass it to Mac. Oh, that's a nice interception by Henderson. Sturridge, Coutinho. Still Coutinho. Puts it out to Moreno. Moreno puts it into the box. Nothing coming of it. Lodge in. Saves it. Let's go attacking and on flexible here. Half an hour into the game, nearly. Here comes a corner. We've got two of our players back, Klein and Moreno. Henderson puts it in. Wijnaldum, can he get it now? Shatov, sounds a bit weird to say, gets the ball, but Klein intercepts, lovely interception. He runs up, passes to Sturridge. Sturridge on the ball, pass it to Coutinho. Can he put it in the box? No, it's Ivanovic gets that back down. Is it Branislav Ivanovic? Is it? Oh, I can't tell. Anyway, Henderson puts it in, and nothing comes of it so far, but Mane runs to get that ball, and he puts it straight back in, and it could be another corner. Yeah, it's a bit of a scrappy one. Just check if that's Branislav Ivanovic. Yes, it is. That's interesting. So they've got him at the club. The former Chelsea player, of course. Not really much happening in the first half. The only positive being that all the things that have been on the highlights have been our opportunities, if you like. So I guess you could say we're missing chances as negative. But as a positive, it seems that we're getting most of the play. Now, the second half, yes, needs to get better. And I think keep playing the way we have been, and the result will come. Naby Keita doesn't like my team talks recently. He's reacted negatively to quite a few. I don't know if you guys know what that's all about. Just one player having a bit of a revolt. He hasn't said anything to me. Obviously, he's playing most of the games. So it won't be anything about first team. But he seems to be a little bit impartial, to have a little bit of a moan at my management. Right, we're pretty much 55 minutes into the game here. We're going to have to make a substitution at some point. We're going to bring Lallana on. He doesn't get much game time, so Lallana can come on for Kate, because he's not playing very well, as it turns out. A roaming playmaker is his best position in that. And Sturridge isn't playing well, so we will bring on... Do I bring on Salah or Ings as a striker? Obviously, Ings being a natural striker. We'll bring Salah on. We'll go for it. We'll bring Salah on up front. His main position is a false 9, but we'll go for poacher. That looks good to me. So Daniel Sturridge has actually been given a yellow card, so that's a bit of incentive to replace him. Neto gets it though. It's back to Klein. Klein, pass it to Mane. Mane, keep the possession, please, boys. Wijnaldum, Lallana, nice ball through to Salah. Can I have a shot? Puts it on the edge of the box. Put it back to Henderson. Can he have a long shot? Lallana. Wijnaldum. Coutinho. And it wasn't really going to be target anyway. Apparently it deserved to be a goal, but I don't think it was going to be on target anyway. So a bit puzzled when the Zenit goalkeeper saved it. But as the phrasing, that's the saying goes, it's better to be safe than sorry. I like to use a bit of a good catchphrase in this series. And I'm sure it's something you've got used to in the duration. If you are new, of course, make sure to subscribe. They've scored. But I think... Might it be disallowed? No? Well, why wasn't it... There's no mention of it in the top thing, but it is 1-0 to Zenit. Damn. This has been a bad episode. This has been really bad. And as it stands, we could be at danger of being out of the Champions League. Not at the moment, obviously, but it's not looking good. We need to change the tactic very quickly. We'll bring Henderson off for Danny Ings and swap the two of those around. And, yeah, I think we'll go for that. We will go and put Lallana as an attacking midfielder, advanced playmaker if you like. And I think we will leave it like that and make these two attacking fullbacks. I'm really disappointed with that, going 1-0 down to Zenit. It hasn't been a good episode. We can't seem to score at the moment. And that's a bit of a worry. Obviously, we beat Bournemouth and Chelsea quite comprehensively before the episode. So it's a bit of a worry as to how we're not scoring the goals now. 15 minutes to go, though, in this game. It wouldn't be a good episode whatsoever if we were to lose here. If we were to get a draw, it'd be quite nice. But it's a bit like deja vu, to be quite honest, to the Everton game. Could it be 2-0 now to Zenit? That could be embarrassing. But we get it nearly away, and Crescito has a shot, and it is wide from the man from Zenit. 13 minutes left in this game. Very closely approaching the end of the game. Coutinho's got a free kick, has a shot, and it goes over the bar just... I think he actually touched the bar. But however close we get, we need a goal. It wouldn't be good to have an episode where we don't score. It doesn't reflect how well we've been playing. And at least we've got Villa next. I don't mean any harm to Villa, but we should beat the Villa. But we probably won't beat the Villa now. You know what I'm like. But they've had a shot. It's all a bit of a scramble. Can we get the ball off them? Moreno? Not good enough. He has a shot and it's wide from him. Not a good episode, is it, today, folks? Not a good episode at all. Two bad losses against two teams that we should have beat. And I think we might have to discuss a bit of a change of tactic. That is not good enough at all, and it will be full-time. There we go. And pretty much officially now, we can't get top of the group. Zenit have beat us both times. Credit to them. And that is not good enough. I'm not pleased with the performance whatsoever. They weren't as good as they should have been tonight. And that is not good enough whatsoever. Really gutted about that, folks. But let's just have a quick look at when we will come back. Liverpool lose out. We'll actually just sim to see how the other game goes in the group. Because, of course, that could massively affect us. With Villarreal being on the same number of points as us, we could be in danger of going out altogether of the Champions League. Don't know why Salah's on international duty. There. That's a little bit odd. I don't know which three players are on international duty. We'll have to find out. But how long is this going to take? There we go. Villarreal won, so they're on the same amount of points as us. So it is essential now. Well, they're on exactly the same goal difference. So it's essential now that we win our next two games to make sure that we qualify. It's pretty much on our hands, but we need to make sure we qualify for the round of 16. So anyway, we're going to come back. Then we're going to come back, I reckon, for the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We might do the Man United game and then skip the Tottenham game, or we might just do the two London clubs. Let me know what you think in the comments, folks. Anyway, I'll just put my webcam on my ugly mug. I was fighting with my webcam for 10 minutes before this video, so I hope it's been worth it. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching. If you're a new person who's watching this video for the first time, watching my channel for the first time, of course you're all watching the video for the first time, unless you're quite sad and like to watch me multiple times. Fair enough, it gets my views up, I guess. But anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're new for FM content on a daily basis. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 PM as always for the LFC beta save. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.